Alright folks, now we are ready to dry hop our brew. It's been in my primary for 2 weeks now, so I have 2 ounces of a couple different hops in here wrapped up in cheesecloth. I'm going to put in my carboy here. Let that go right to the bottom so it doesn't open up or nothing. Okay, now I'll use my siphon. I always keep, my bucket on a higher step so, gravity can feed it down to the carboy down here. Get my hose in there. Now you don't want it just pouring down in the middle and creating air, so I always have one of my tubes or whatever hitting the side so it just flows smoothly, so it's not creating bubbles. Alright, I'll do this for a while and I'll get back to you. Another thing, I always keep my siphon tube just a couple inches below the brew. You don't want it to get down in the yeast cake that's down in the bottom of the bucket and start sucking up that stuff, so I always just keep an eye on it. Only keep it a couple inches below until I can see what's going on at the bottom of the bucket. But you want to get as much as you can in to your carboy or secondary, so we'll see what we can get. Alright folks, transferred my beer from my primary to my secondary for dry hopping. You can see my bag of hops floating on top in my carboy. I lost a little bit of space here from pretty big yeast cake at the bottom of here, so I didn't want to suck any of that nasty stuff up, because as I filter this out, I filter all that yeast out of here, and then when I filter this yeast into the keg, I'll filter whatever yeast builds up in here, which shouldn't be too much. But yeah, then I spray all this stuff down with sanitizer, make sure everything's sealed and clean and nice and neat, and that's about it. And that's how you dry hop. I'll leave that in there for a week. In my next video, I'll show you how to cold crash it. Actually, at first I'll get my finished gravity, figure out what our ABV was on this brew, then we'll cold crash it, get it in the keg, and go from there. See you then.